Welcome to my voiceover over a makeup application for engagement pictures. Right now I'm cleansing the skin with micellar water. I'm getting the oils off her eyelids. I like to start my makeup applications with eyebrows. So right now I'm using 100% Pure's eyebrow pomade. I can't remember what color this is, but once I put this color on her, I realized it was a little bit too light. I wanted something a little bit darker on her. So then I go in with Eco Brows. I can't remember what color this one is either, but it's a darker eyebrow pomade color. I wanted it to match her roots of her hair. And while I use this, I like to set it in with brow powder just to make sure everything stays together, especially for a hot, humid day. I just prepped her skin with Hale & Hash's Gel Moisturizer and Skin Strips Chapstick. And now I'm going back to the brows and just carving them out. I know a lot of people don't do this, or makeup artists don't really do this, but I personally love to carve out the brow to give it more of a sharp look. You know me, I'm all about brows, girl. You know I like to make them look flawless and snatched. Now I'm setting the concealer because this bride wanted more of a softer eyeshadow look. And I'm going in with my trusty peach palette. This palette is my go-to for almost everybody's eyeshadow looks because it's just nice and neutral. You'll see me alternate with my Z palette. Sorry, my Z palette. I created my own eyeshadow palette with it. I just put a whole bunch of different eyeshadows from my other palette kits just to make it a little bit more efficient for me. I'm using more warmer brown tones. I personally feel like this just looks so good on everybody because it gives them life. I don't really work with cool tones that much unless the client wants cool tones. I just feel like it makes the skin look dull and kind of lifeless. I'm also working with these colors because the client requested more of a brown eyeshadow look, and we're doing more of a classic, guys. So we're doing, you know, your transition color in the crease and then doing more of the darker color on the outer corner and then bringing like a lighter color into the eyelid, which is what I'm doing right now. I'm not doing too much of a lighter color. It's like maybe 2 shades lighter than the outer crease color, and then I'm going in with a champagne color in the inner highlight just to open up the eyes a bit. I'm using primer only on certain areas that I'm concerned that will produce some oil when she's going to do her engagement pictures outside. Typically, I know this is crazy, but I usually don't use primer. I feel like it creates a film. Now using All Nighter by Urban Decay. The foundation I'm using is my trusty RCMA palette. This palette is a holy grail for every makeup artist, to be honest with you. It just works perfectly for film and photography. I love how this foundation creates different finishes, so you can use an illuminator, you can use a moisturizer, you can use it straight out of the pan. You can also use one of their products they have. I can't remember right now what it's like a diluter to make it more of a liquid foundation. This also has different colors, different undertones, so you can truly customize it to your client's skin tone. And this product is also very lightweight on the skin, but it's very highly pigmented to where you don't have to use a lot of foundation. And right now I am contouring around her perimeters and on her cheekbones, giving her that sculpted look. Yes! With the foundation, I like to work in light layers. I don't like cake facing the makeup on because it can be very heavy on the skin and it can cause the skin to produce a lot of oil, set in the crevices, giving it more texture than what you want. I really care about my clients being comfortable in this makeup, especially if they don't wear makeup every day. And now I'm just contouring her nose lightly. I don't like to do a really sharp contour on the nose. As a makeup artist, I'm more of enhancing the natural features of my clients rather than trying to give them more of a plastic Botox facelift look, if you will. Enhancing the beauty within is my philosophy. The concealer portion of this, I actually mixed two different products together. I mixed the Clove and Hallow Conceal and Bright because it does brighten up the eyes, and then I also mixed it in with the RCMA foundation palette to customize it to her skin tone and undertone. Same thing again, I'm not using a lot of product. It looks like I am, but it's just this palette is so pigmented, so you literally don't have to use that much. I think I use about pea-size amount, maybe less than that since I'm only using this on highlighted areas. Okay, so here's another thing that might drive you guys insane, but I don't use beauty blenders on my clients. I actually use a wedge. I know, sounds crazy, but it basically works the same and I can throw it away. Even though people say you can wash the beauty blenders, I don't trust it. After when I do my layers, I like to go back in with my foundation brush and just morph everything together to give it a seamless look. Now setting with Kat Von D setting powder, I'm using a light hand and really focusing on the areas that I'm concerned of producing a lot of oil, so her T-zone. Instead of swiping, I like to press this product into the skin to not move the foundation. For under eyes, I like to use a smaller brush. Going back to the eyeshadow, I am smoking it out and connecting it to the outer crease to kind of elongate her eye. I'm using the two shades that I used on her top of her eyelids, so the transition color and the outer crease color. What I like to do to kind of soften the edges is go back with the brush that I used to set the eyes after I did the concealer and kind of blend it out a little bit to not give it a harsh line look. And then now I'm using a detailed smudging brush and using a dark brown color near her eye waterline. The most scary part, eyeliner. To help me not be so nervous of using eyeliner on a client, I like to use gel liner because then I have more control versus liquid eyeliner. Because once you mess up with liquid eyeliner, it's such a hassle to get it back to what you want it to look like. And to make the gel liner stay put, I use a black eyeshadow to put on top. And then I'm doing the same thing on the bottom. Next step is pencil liner on the bottom waterline, the top waterline. Girl, she did amazing at this. Like, oh my gosh, she did so good. When I get this done, like my eyes are crazy and all over the place. I'm watering. And then I'm just using a mascara on the bottom lashes because she has lash extensions, so I didn't want to put any mascara or lash strip lashes on. Now we're just gonna, toast around the edges with some bronzer, with some powder bronzer. This is the Clove and Hallow bronzer. I didn't use any contour shade to further glam up her contour because she wanted more of a natural look, so we're trying to keep that theme going. And then I wanted to darken it up a little bit more, her bronzer, so I'm using 100% Pure's bronzer. Using that same bronzer of 100% Pure, I'm putting it on her little nosy rosy. And sometimes when I'm like, whoa girl, you got a little heavy-handed and it's not blending out, I'll use that same brush that I used for setting powder and just kind of blend everything. And now we're using some blush, and this is 100% blush. And I'm using two different shades. I like to mix my shades, and again, when I feel like I'm a little too heavy-handed, I'll go back in with my setting powder brush and without any product and just kind of soften it a bit. And then now I'm mixing again with 100% Pure's highlighter and just highlighting it. Mixing, I love to mix, and putting that in her inner corner. So my phone died at the end of this, and all I had to do was her lips and setting spray, but basically this is the finished look. Thank you guys for watching!